So now pre-fertilization events. So in this pre-fertilization events, the maximum events, that is all the events of sexual reproduction which are prior to the fusion of gametes takes place. So the two main pre-fertilization events are gametogenesis and gamete transfer. So first, gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is the process of formation of two types of gametes, that is male and female. We know that two types of gametes are male gamete and female gamete. So this gametogenesis, in this gametogenesis, the formation of these two gametes takes place. So the gametes formed by these process is always haploid cells. So the gametes are always haploid in nature. So now the appearance of the gametes. So during this gametogenesis, the gametes may be similar, or that is both the males or females may be similar. Sometimes it is different. So it is similar in algae, whereas in majority of sexually reproducing organisms it is different. So if it is similar, we call it as isogamous. If both the male and female gametes are similar, we call it as isogametes, that is homogametes. If it is different, we call it as heterogametes, that is male and female, where the male gamete is called as antherozoid sperm and the female gamete is called as egg or ovum. So for example, here it is an example. For isogametes, cladophora. So here both the gametes are identical to each other. So here for heterogametes, human beings, where both the male and female gametes are dissimilar. So now the sexuality in organisms. So when we take in plants, that is, plants sometimes may have both the female and male reproductive structures in same plants, but also in different plants. If the both male and female are in same, it is called as bisexual. If it is in different, if one plant has male flower and another has female flower, then it is called as unisexual. If one plant consists of only one gamete, that is one type, that is only female flower, then it is called as unisexual plant. So the male flower is called as staminate, where the female flower is called as pistillate. So bisexual is expressed in the terms of homothallic monoecious, whereas unisexual is expressed in terms of heterothallic and dioecious. For example, cucurbits and coconuts. Here the example is papaya and date palm. So if we take animals, the unisexual example is cockroach, bisexual is earthworm, tapeworm, leech, sponge. So we call bisexual animals as hermaphrodites. Now the cell division which occurs during gamete formation. So if the plant body is haploid or diploid. So the plant body may be either haploid or diploid, but the gametes produced by these haploid or diploid plant body will be always haploid in nature. So we have already studied gametes are always haploid, whether the parent plant body may be haploid or diploid. So now when the haploid plant body undergoes mitotic division, whereas diploid plant body undergoes meiosis, that is reduction division. So example for haploid plant body is Monera, fungi, algae, bryophytes. For diploid plant body which undergoes meiotic division, that is reduction division, its examples are pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms, human beings, that is most of all the animals. So this diploid cells consist of meiocytes, that is the gamete mother cell, which is a specialized cell. So it consists of meiocytes, that is the gamete mother cell, which is a specialized cell, undergoes meiosis. So after the process of meiosis, that is after the process of meiotic division or reduction division, at the end only one set of chromosome will enter into the gamete. So the only one set of chromosomes will be incorporated into each gamete. So now it is gamete transfer. So first we get gametogenesis is the formation of gametes. So in the gamete transfer, after formation the gametes has to be transferred for fertilization, for the further processes. So here gamete transfer. So for the transfer of gametes, both the gametes should be physically brought together, that is for fusion, that is for fertilization. So the male and female gametes in most of the plants, They may be, the male will be motile, whereas the female will be stationary, that is non-motile. But there are some exceptions also where both the male and female are motile, that is both are not stationary. For example, fungi and algae, few fungi and algae. So there are algae and fungi in which male are motile and female are stationary, whereas there are also some algae and fungi in which both the gametes are motile. So for this, if the male gamete is motile, it needs a medium to reach the female gamete. So both has to be physically brought together. So this male gamete needs a medium to reach the female gamete. So that is for the transfer of gamete, it needs a medium. So in simple plants like algae, bryophytes and pteridophytes, the medium of gamete transfer is water. So a large number of gametes, that is male gametes, fail to reach the female gametes. So many of the male gametes produced are not capable in reaching the female gametes. So this, to compensate this loss, the production of male gametes is several thousand times the number of male gametes. So here the production of the male gametes is several thousand times, that is the number of female gametes is less than the number of male gametes produced. So when we take in seed plants, the pollen grains are the carriers of male gametes. So when we take plants, seeding plants, the seed plants, the male gametes are carried by the pollen grains, whereas the ovule has the egg. So these pollen grains are produced in anthers, and this anther has to reach the stigma to lead to the further process of fertilization or fusion of gametes. So in order to undergo fusion or fertilization, the pollen grains that are produced in the anthers has to be transferred to the stigma. So if we take bisexual and self-fertilizing plants, the pollen grains, the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma is very easy because they lie together in the same place or located close to each other. So as the pollen grains shed, they come in contact with the stigma. But whereas in unisexual or cross-pollinating plants, the pollen grains to reach the stigma, it requires a particular specialized event called pollination. So the transfer of pollen grains can be taken place only when pollination occurs. So here the pollen grains germinate on the stigma, whereas the pollen tubes that further reach the ovule and discharge the male gametes. So if we take dioecious animals, so this is for plants. If it is for dioecious animals, it needs a very specialized, that is most critical event, that if it wants to undergo sexual reproduction, it needs a very important event, that is the fertilization.